need a food processor, measuring spoons, measuring cups, a knife, spatula. I'm going to toast the nuts. You don't have to toast them. If you don't have enough time, don't worry about it. It will taste great even if you don't toast. Walnuts and pecans. I would get large, like halves of walnuts. If you're going to toast them, it's easier if they're a little bit bigger size. Carrots, celery, onion, ginger root, garlic. This is just a little bit of vegetable broth, pepper, red wine vinegar, smoked paprika, Dijon mustard, sesame oil. I use liquid aminos, but you could use Tremari. They're basically the same thing. Liquid smoke. Oh, hello darlings, LaDiva here, and this is so wonderful. I love this recipe. It's something I can take to parties all the time, and also I can just kind of have to nosh on in the afternoon. Perfect if you're going to a party to introduce people to these wonderful flavors. The first thing I want to tell you is that the basis of the recipe comes from this book. That's Ken Bergeron's Professional Vegetarian Cooking. It's a really great book, and it's wonderful for people who really know how to cook and to kind of shoot you into another direction and understand how to cook for groups of 10. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to toast these nuts. While these are toasting, I am going to cut up my veggies. Now, if you don't know how to cut veggies, I have a Basic Veggie Prep video, and you should go on there and it'll show you how to chop all these different vegetables. The easy thing about this garlic is you can press it or you can just kind of chop it. Everything's going to go into a food processor, so you don't have to get crazy. Okay, let's get started. All right, my pan is fairly hot, I can tell. Now I'm going to just put on the nuts. And I will be shaking them around about every 30 seconds. A lot of people will do this in an oven. If you don't know your oven, you can burn a lot of these things, and they're very expensive. So, and they smell really bad, and you can't use them. So I toast them, and I feel like I'm more in control. Now I'm just going to jiggle them and flip them over. If you can't flip them over, get a spatula and just flip them over. Now these are starting to get a little bit of brown marks on them. So I'm going to be watching them pretty closely because, see, that one's kind of done. They're all going to start getting done. And I'm actually going to move part of the pan away from the flame so that the ones that are not done really at all can still cook. But these ones that are really going to get too toasty if I leave them in the middle of the flame are away from it. Now I can hear a little bit of sizzling. I turn down the heat. And also I'm seeing little brown marks, which means these are toasted. I also can smell them. And they smell really great. When you can smell them, they're pretty much done. If they're not totally done, don't go anywhere. They are going to brown up and they can burn really quickly. Okay, so now my pan is very hot. And I'm going to start sauteing my veggies. I'm going to do the onions and carrots first because they are the thickest and they take the longest. And I'm just moving them around so I can kind of flatten them out so they will start sauteing. All right, so my onions are starting to get a little translucent, which means you can kind of see through them, and they're getting little brown marks. So I'm going to put in my celery, garlic. Notice the garlic, I did a big chop. I didn't get crazy with the garlic because all this is going to go into a food processor, so it really doesn't matter what it looks like. You can either chop in your ginger or you can grate it in. I happen to have a microplaner and I'm going to just grate it in. But you can just chop it and throw it in. Tablespoon red wine. Here's the Dijon mustard. A little pepper. Liquid smoke, sesame oil, liquid aminos or tamari, whichever you've got. Stir it around. You want to make sure those spices all get to talk to each other. Here's the smoked paprika. Now I'm going to put in my nuts. Mix everything together. And then I'm going to add a little bit of the veggie broth and turn off the heat. See how it starts cleaning the pan and everything starts getting all of the stuff from the bottom on it? Yum! Now I'm gonna put it in the food processor, then I will deglaze the pan. I'll show you how to do that. Put everything into the food processor. Just scoop it in. Deglazing the pan means you're just basically using some kind of broth or some kind of liquid to get the stuff off of the bottom of the pan. So this is actually kind of glazed. It's caramelized in a sense. And I'm not getting anything that would be burned. Okay, that isn't it. But it's just, you just got a little liquid in there and you're sort of cleaning the pan of all these wonderful flavors. And I'm going to put this right into the food processor. Now we're just going to turn it on and blend it up. Now it's ready to be plated. Then I can eat it. Yay! All right, darling, let's try it. I love this stuff. Okay, here we go. Oh, the nuts and the mustard, the vinegar, and the smoky. It's not incredibly smoky, but there's just all of this stuff going on. It's really yummy. Now you could swap out that paprika for smoked chipotle to give it sort of a real kick. Oh, this is really yummy. Oh, more. Oh, I love it.